What they do, y'all. How y'all doing out there? Hopefully y'all doing well. The mic just went out. So yeah, I got another ace on deck. So go ahead and introduce yourself, bro. This a close friend of mine.
There you go.
He told me not to tell y'all a backstory.
No backstories.
No backstories. But introduce yourself, bro.
My name is Dexter Yerby.
Okay.
Quick one. This is my best friend. That's it.
That's it.
Know. Yeah.
That's all they need to know.
That's all.
So yeah, we coming with a spicy one today. Yeah, we probably gonna get in trouble for this particular topic, but don't care.
Let's talk about it.
And I got my dog here with me, my ace here with me, so we can ride with it. You feel me? So today we're gonna talk about dating options for men, right? So the different types of dating options that we have to select from. All right. So yeah. What they do. This your boy DP.
This your girl T.
And we're the Geminis Gemz, representing for the Geminis across the world, giving our own Miami perspective.
For sure.
So you can follow us on all podcast platforms at Geminis-Gems.
Also follow us on Instagram, Geminis_Gems, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Geminis Gems.
Hey, make sure you like, follow, you comment, and you subscribe.
Yes.
And make sure when you type it in, it's Geminis with the S, Gems with a Z. And what we do, T?
Drop them gems.
Drop them gems. All right, now we're going to get it started. Dating options, right?
Okay.
For men, the type.
Lay it out there for us first.
Yeah. The type of men, the type of women that we come in contact with, especially nowadays. I'm talking about millennials.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? So the different types of dating options that we have to select from is, I would say, it's a plethora of different personalities. It's not, you don't have your 1, 2, 3 type of chicks. You get what I'm saying? You have 100 million different attitudes and personalities, characteristics, and different things like that. Also with baggage as well. So the way that I'm going to break it down is like this. Nowadays, I would say with the drugs, right? The drinking, the smoking, the mental state of mind, the entitlement. What else I can throw out there? I said entitlement, but this pick me type of attitude or atmosphere that we have as men have to select from. Now, before I dive deep into it, I'm just doing a general, synopsis. And now I'm going to let Dex, take it over where we can start like diving into it. You get what I'm saying? As far as the options that are on the table. So where you want to start at?
Let's start with the general woman, that church type of chick, that wholesome woman.
Okay.
We started there.
Okay.
Well, wholesome women with the millennials, man, it's hard to find those. You got, like you say, first thing you said about with the drugs, a lot of women now just all over the place, spaced out. So you ain't gonna find too many women that's just, okay, it's me, I'm home, I'm a family. For the most part, most women are family-oriented women. But a lot of them are just, I'm home, family, husband, in the house.
Right.
It's family, husband in the house. I'm out, then I'm in the streets half the time, partying and stuff like that. So finding a wholesome woman that's just, you ain't got to be no like boring woman. You could be home, have fun. You know what I'm saying? But you don't find a wholesome woman because of the stuff you mentioned about the pick me, the drugs, the social media woman. Even though, because you got women that still be home, but then they be into the social media.
Right.
So it's not okay. Now you got to battle with that with that type of thing. You got to battle with a woman that's on social media. Yes, she home. She not in the streets, but she ain't doing drugs. She ain't drinking like that, but she on social media. So finding a wholesome woman, for the most part, is almost like extinct. Cause I'm gonna say this. Most people look at it as being boring, and there's nothing wrong with boring, but that a lot of people don't want that, just a stick in the mud type of woman. So a wholesome woman is a great woman, hard to find. We love those type. Me personally, I like that type of woman. You ain't gotta be boring, but you be home, it's family, friends, keep it close knit, and running the streets ain't for me. So a wholesome woman, that's what I like. Most men don't. Well, most guys nowadays, I notice, my age, and I'm gonna disclose this. I am 35, so cats my age, they want a chick that's in the clubs, in the streets, riding around. But that's not me. I like a chick to be home. We can hang out. We can go places, but let's do it family wise, and something that don't get us killed. So that's the first one. Them wholesome women, don't come looking for me. I ain't looking for one. A wholesome woman is what a guy like me like. I ain't for the streets no more. Those days are played out. Running the streets, ripping, running, that ain't for me. So a wholesome woman.
Wholesome woman. So, okay, so you talked about the church woman.
Yeah.
Right. So there are different types. Okay, so if you want to do the basis of, let's say, the homebody.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I mean by like a homebody.
A homebody. You have the girl that goes to church, and then the one that's in the streets. Right. So we had those three to choose from. So I'm gonna start off where you started off, the church woman. The church woman, to me, they're not in church. Our generation, they're not in church like that. You know what I'm saying? And if they are going, they're only going maybe a Christmas, Easter. You get what I'm saying? And you may see them only time in church is funerals. Right. So the ones that are in church, right, they're the ones with the baggage. Yeah. because they're trying to be saved from their situation. Not all women, you get what I'm saying, but a particular group of women, when you basically see them in church, they have had a hard life. They're trying to get delivered, or they're having a hard situation. They don't come to church for a pure walk at church. You get what I'm saying? They're coming there for something.
You come to get delivered or something.
Right. They're coming for something, which is fine. You get what I'm saying? And everything has its place. Everything has its seasons as well. But what I'm getting at is, in church, you're really not finding the correct woman, right? You're finding someone that is still in the streets and in church. You get what I'm saying?
No, I get you.
So there are women that are in the church, right? But they are controllers. They want to be the dominant one. They are not really listening to the word to, let's say, like they want to find their Boaz, right? That's a biblical guy that was in the Bible, right? A guy that was in the Bible. Let me say it like that. So everyone trying to look for their Boaz. Like I said, they're going for something. They want they want to find a husband after they finish living a wild life. Now they coming to church to it's not all women, but they come to church to find something. And if they're finding things, I'm talking about as far as relationship, they're coming to find a relationship. They're coming to be married now. They want Christ to save them now.
They ain't coming looking for Christ. They coming looking for a relationship.
Right. They're usually, that's what they're looking for. Or their husband is not with them in church, or their boyfriend don't come to church with them, because it's more. Now I could get a little bit deeper, and I am with far as them coming to church, right? They are actually like I say, controllers, right? They like to be dominant. those type of women, because and I used to experience this with a girl. She used to say, and this is what I mean. She used to say, well, my pastor says you should do this. Well, you should be like my pastor. And that's what ran a lot of men away. You get what I'm saying? From the church. So I just wanted to talk about that a little bit. You feel me? But to get back on choosing, the type of women, yes, you have your church girls, and there's two parts. You got your good girl, that's a church girl. The one that this is the rule that they follow. I want to stay a virgin until I get married. That's the only rule they are adamant about. They don't know anything else about, and not to be a Jezebel. That too. But then you have the other woman that's dibbling and dabbling in church. And listen to this. It also goes for men too that's in the church. We come there. If we come there to flip up skirts. You get what I'm saying? Or we are dibbling and dabbling back and forth. So it goes on both sides. But since it's the man version of it, we talking about the women. You get what I'm saying? Gotcha. So then the good girl, well, those are your two options as far as choosing in church. So you have to be very careful as a man trying to find a good woman that's in church, right? For me, I was growing up and I noticed that the church girls, because that's what I would call them, church girls they're not loving, they're not kind, they're not sweet, they're mostly mean.
No?
Yes, bro.
Okay.
The different ones I would run into that was going to church, they were more like, they felt like they can get better, even though they were in church looking for the best thing. And I would have thought by me being a guy in church that you would select me more than you would first than a person out there in the streets. Or if I bring Dexter to church, they choosing Dexter, but I've been faithful. I've been paying my tithes and offering. I sing on the praise and worship. I'm a deacon at the church, but they overlook that.
No, you know what it is they want the mystery of a bad boy. Whether you believe that or not.
It may be that. And then they have that, they act like, well, I ain't gonna talk about that, but because I could talk about that as far as the Mother Teresa, but that be the club girl that be playing Mother Teresa when they meet a good guy.
Okay.
But not that. So to get back on track, the options or the type of women that we do have, far as in the church, to me is the two. Far as the good church girl that's most dominant, they just want to follow, like I say, the one or two rules. Hey, no sex before marriage, and you got to listen to my pastor. You get what I'm saying? Because they didn't have their dads in their life, or they just look up to the pastor to be this figure that they think they man should be.
I think it's the second one, and then the pastor is held high in church. Who's held the most highs? Pastor, because he giving the word. But also, when the pastor is speaking, they're speaking from the book and trying to paint a picture of what's supposed to be the male. So that's why you say they follow the pastor, or you should be like my pastor. But hey, them pastors be crooked too now. But we ain't gonna talk about that.
Right. And to each his own. You know what I'm saying? As far as the idea of it.
Yeah.
So now moving to the homebody. You get what I'm saying? That type of woman. Now, and we gonna get deeper.
Okay,
trust me. But we broad right now.
Yeah.
So the homebody, that's the one that's just gonna basically go to work and come home.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And
nothing wrong with that.
And I do agree with that. But then with that, I believe she should have some excitement.
Oh, definitely. That's why I say you can't be a stick in the mud. You come home like for me, I come home, but I'm not a stick in the mud. Like
right.
I go to work, I come home, and once I'm home, I separate everything as from work from home, and then when I get home, it's fun time for me. Once stuff get everything's in order, it's fun time. It's time to have fun. You don't necessarily have to go out to have fun. You can have fun in the home.
Right.
Kids, if you ain't got no kids, you and the wife, it's intimacy time. It's, you know, let's sit on the couch, watch TV, or, you know, watch our favorite show, or let's, you know, just do fun things, or even go out. But we can talk about that later, about going out.
Okay. So then you have, again, the homebody. And I think what happens with that is it's the cycle that the man looks for a certain type of excitement. You get what I'm saying? So she may be a homebody, and that's great, but then she's boring. You get what I'm saying? No, so then she's still missionary. She's not trying to switch into different positions and stuff like that. Because this is one thing I learned, that all women are not this exotic type of woman.
Oh, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Some women are really like just boring. You know, if you put it really on the table, they're really boring. Sexually, they don't have a good personality. You know what I'm saying? Like things like that. It's nothing really spontaneous about them at any angle. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna cook just regular stuff. They ain't spicing nothing. They ain't trying to learn nothing new. They are basically stickers of the same thing. Because all women do not move, you know, all over the place or try new things. Let me put it that way. Okay. And we're gonna talk about the girl that goes outside.
Oh yeah, we got the lit girl.
Right, the lit girl, right? So what you got to say with that?
But now, before we get to the lit girl, because that's the other end of the homebody. Okay. You got it. We in the middle. We got to go to the middle. And the middle is that chick that's I won't say balancing, but she's stuck in between of do I be home or I'm a party girl. You know what I'm saying? So
I like that. I like that mixture of
yeah. I definitely, like you said, because you want somebody to, you know what I'm saying, you want kind of a homebody, but then again, you got to be able to have fun. Facts. So you got to be able to balance, you know, both. That's a hard thing, being an adult, first of all, if you got kids and all that other stuff. But like I said, we went from the homebody, now we in the middle. We in that girl she's stuck in between of, am I a party girl or am I a homebody? I would say that's the best thing. Like, it's about, like, let's put it like this, best of both worlds. Because you want that. You want the spontaneousness. Right. You want the, you know, you don't necessarily got to be life of the party, but she got to have some, you know, some, what best way I could put this? Not life of the party, but she got to have some swag to her or some.
Yeah, some finesse.
Yeah, some form of fun, and you gotta have fun, a funny bone in your body. Right. So, we on a girl of she's stuck in the middle, don't know which way to go, but she trying to balance it, which is probably one of the best things you can have because, like I said, you don't want to be boring. You want to be at home because you got women that's just literally at home. Nothing wrong with it. It's nothing wrong with being at home, reading a book, watching a movie, stuff like that. But it's only so much you could do at home. You get what I'm saying? So you gotta have that if you get that balance, and it's hard to do because it's called life. We live in this game called life, so it's hard to balance anything. But if you could find a woman that's balanced between half at home and half, I won't want to say in the streets, because that's like, to me that sound like I when I hear it like she in the streets, it's almost like a prostitute to me or something. Right. But not a prostitute. I want to say you know,
she's outgoing.
Yeah, she's outgoing. You know, people person. You know what I'm saying? So we out and about. So let's talk about this girl. This girl is think about this, when she's at work, all business. She comes home, get everything going. Meaning, okay, like I say, we got kids because I got a kid or two. So you can make sure home's right. That's the first thing about, you know, any woman. Make sure your house is right. Right. You know, whether you the party animal, you the homebody, or you the girl in between, make sure your house is right. You know, it ain't gonna be perfect. Nothing's perfect. Make sure everything's in order. And then, okay, if you choose to stay home and have that home side of you activated, then cool. We home, we vibing, we chilling. We might cook a nice little dinner. You know, set the mood, vibe, whatever, family time, whatever it may be. And then you gotta have the other side. When we out, you know, I need you to, not turn it up, but activate the other side of you. You know, don't be a stick in the mud. We out, because you got women. You may have a homebody, then when she out, it's a shell. It's
Right.
this. It's closed in.
Right.
I'm just here. I don't want anything to happen. I'm just here. I don't want to really be here, but I'm here. Nah, see, when we get out there, is okay. What we got going on? Let's
twerk.
Let's,
Dance. You know what I'm saying? Like, get on the dance floor, open up, be
yeah,
a people person.
exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Open up. Don't be a little nut in the shell.
Right.
But you, like I said, you get out there, we have fun. Be a people. You ain't gotta essentially be a people's person, because that person is like just any and everybody. But
well, not really to just to your point. That people person is the one that, let's say she's in line, she can say hi, she can start a conversation.
Definitely.
With y'all sitting in the,
not to everybody though.
Right. But I'm just saying, being a people person, she will be able to have a conversation with anyone that may come by and or be next. Because like, let's say we go to Benihana's, then you end up sitting next, or we go to Blue Ginger and we end up sitting next to a couple. You know what I'm saying? And then she can be friendly. She can show herself friendly instead of, you want a person that can be a delight, a rememberable person as well, because that can open doors, So that's why I'm saying that outgoing or people person is good for
outgoing. There you go. That's that's what we looking for.
And showing, and then also being adventurous, far as let's say going out of town, right? Finding new things, going out of town, and having some excursions to go on, or some adventures, or some tours to go on. I want that, you know what I'm saying, for my life.
We all do,
right?
You want that. Like I said, you want the balance. You want the balance. You want the best of both worlds. It's okay to, like I say, it's okay to be home at days. You ain't always got to rip and run the streets. I know you get on me about, dang, boy, you don't hang out no more and this and that. I do from time to time. You know what I'm saying? So I found the balance of, okay, this is enough of out and about for me, and this is enough of home time for me. You know what I'm saying? So you want to be able to be that type of person, like you say, excursions and stuff like that. I'm gonna say this real quick. A lot of women now, like for me, more having fun now because I'm older. It's not going to the club. It's me vacationing.
Right.
It's me going to, like you say, trying new things, going to different cities, states, countries, all that. So that's a thing you can do. Turn up. Let's be adventurous. Let's go to Jamaica and
sit on the beach.
Yeah, sit on it, but not even just
try the local spots.
Exactly.
Right.
See, not even because you go anywhere. Most people, when they visit another city, state, and it's far different from home, they gonna try to find something familiar home to stick to.
Right.
See, for me, and you said spontaneous and spicing it up. When I go to places, I want to experience the local. I don't want what I could get back home, because then I could have just stayed home.
Right.
I want to experience the stuff out there. So she got to be that woman that, okay, let's go do this. Let's go try this food. Oh, I heard about this new place. Let's go try this. I always wanted to dance. All right, let's go. Let's go horseback ride. Let's go to here and there. That's that other side of her. That minus from the other side of the homebody, it's the adventurous. I could be Becky at home, and I could be Keisha outside the house, and that's cool. It may sound right. It's not ratchet, but you want best in both worlds. I got to be adventurous and spontaneous, spice it up. Because if you just dating a person that's always home, like I said, it's only so much you can do home.
Right.
Your home doesn't have everything. Your home don't have the environment when you go to a food truck event and you got friends and families, and that vibe, you can't get that home. So it's cool being home, but also we gotta be outside.
Right.
Outside. I like you said, that's me. I like that type of woman.
Right.
Homebody's cool for the age I'm heading, where I'm at and where I'm going. Homebody is cool, but also you need that balance. So it's nothing wrong with being home. For the most part, keep yourself safe. That's one thing about being home. You stay out of trouble.
Right.
Because I normally get in trouble a lot, so I try to stay out of trouble. But that's the second woman. That's the second option we got, because you got the homebody, you got the woman that's gonna be home, but you got that woman that's trying to balance the home, being a homebody with the I'm lit, I'm in the streets woman. And anything else you wanna?
No, I want to get on to the next part, which is the girl in the streets, or the lit girl.
The lit girl,
right? The one that
girl.
the one that's. I mean, you could go ahead and explain that one.
Nah, let me hear what you gotta say first.
Oh, okay. So, like with a woman that's in for the streets and in the streets, she's staying out late. You get what I'm saying? And then I remember having a conversation with a girl, and I was telling her the reason why you don't want to stay out too late, because why? Oh, you can stay out late, but why can't I? And I told her the reason why, because you cannot protect yourself when you out too late. Okay. When you at the gas station, you're not on your P's and Q's. That's why a lot of girls has to go out in groups. You get what I'm saying? For you to be out there, the only thing that's really open is your legs and your mouth. You feel me? So it's really hard to believe that a woman should be out there like that, but they are. You get what I'm saying? So also too, for her to be in the streets, she's smoking, drinking, she's involving herself in she's really tearing herself down by being out there like that. Also, too, she's the one that will play the game. You know what I'm saying? So she'll have multiple people she talks to, people in her DM. Far as relationship wise, she won't be constant, consistent. She will be basically all over the place, mentally, emotionally, dragging you through the mud. And you said something that we have to take into consideration. Being inside saves you from a lot of turmoil that could happen, hurt, harm, and danger. You know, seen and unseen out there in the streets. Being in the streets, you could get yourself, like, you know what I'm saying, in some real trouble, you know, and that's what comes with those lit girls. You get what I'm saying? So when they're the ones that brings a lot of confusion to a relationship, because you don't know whether they coming or going, whether they still want to be out there in the streets, because they'll play the game, because they need something in order to be in the streets like that. They need something constant at home. One girl told me she wants to date me but still slide out. And I was like, yeah, we not going to be together. That ain't happening. You feel me? But it didn't make sense. But I understood what she wanted. She wanted something consistent that would at least take care of the house. But then she can go out and run amok and do whatever. And I remember even because we kind of like broke up, and she found out I was talking to somebody else. And she was like, well, how you could get a relationship with somebody else? And I'm like, well, you out, you in the streets.
For the streets.
Yeah, you for the streets. At the time, they wasn't saying that, but I was like that, you in the streets. You feel me? So I was like, well, why should I continue to be with you when that's what you want to do? I let you go, you know? So what you got to say with that, bro?
Man, about the lit girl, the in the streets girl,
now, let me say this too. Let me say this too.
Go ahead.
They are fun.
Yeah, they are. But see, that fun only can last so long though.
Facts.
See that fun only lasts so long. That's why you gotta have that balance.
I agree.
Like for me, them women ain't for me. I'm sorry. I'm like I say, and I hate to say this, repeat myself, but at this age, I mean, I go out, but I ain't trying to be life of the party no more, man. I done, when you partying hard like that. Let me give you a little story. When I was about, I'm gonna say 18, right after high school, man, for about 2 to 3 years straight, I'm coming home, even with a job. I'm coming home 2, 3 in the morning every night, morning. And at some point at some point I ran into some dangerous things. I never got any trouble, never got arrested or killed or anything like that. But I experienced a lot of things being out in that nightlife that I gotta party out, I gotta be it. That life is not what you want to be at 35 when you got kids or you trying to, so you got a family, old lady. Even as a couple, and this is this is a crazy thing. You got couples that are lit couples.
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever noticed that. Like it don't just we talk about a female, but you got the guys that be with their female like that at all times. I'm like, how do you sit in the club, you and your partner night after night, they get drunk, getting high, popping pills and this and that like that. At some point, you should be like, man, what are we doing here? Like, we of age where we need to be home.
They living their best life, bro.
but you live your best life every day, though. Mm-hmm. That's the thing. Like, you shouldn't be in the club every night, lit, at a certain age. If you're 20, 21, yeah, do it for a year or two, cool. Get your ass out the club. Because after that, it's time for you to, it's time for you to get yourself in order. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. For the most part, a lot of them people that be in the club night after night, go look at their life. Life is in shambles.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? No one's perfect. No one's life is, I got everything figured out. But most part of the people that's in the club night after night, their life messed up. Mm-hmm. And we're gonna talk about the female. That's you see a lot of those. I'm in the club. I'm looking for a baller. I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to do that. Those females, y'all don't last long. Like I say, I know quite a few females like that. Night after night. Matter of fact, I'm gonna say this real quick. I know a chick, right, that got shot literally just a few months ago. Out in the club. She stayed in the club. In her 30s, she in her early 30s, stayed in the club. When I mean stayed in the club. And you think, you're not supposed to be scared of living life after something like that happens to you. But you should learn, okay, man, I need to slow down. You think that slow her down? Mm-mm. Nah, she back out there.
Right.
I saw a video of her today. Today on Facebook, she out there, back out there.
Right.
Live. I'm like she missed something.
Right.
You ain't missing nothing.
Right.
But eventually it might happen. You might miss your life. Because you're going to get caught up in something. It may not be getting shot. It may be the, you might even have a cat that might take advantage of you.
Right.
Put a roofie in your drink. They won't call it roof. Growing up, they were roofies. We were young. But now it's what? Date, rape, drug. Mm-hmm. You might drug you and you out there, nigga, rape you, throw your body, whatever. Mm-hmm. But like a lit girl is fun, like you said. But for me, I can have fun with a lit girl, but probably for only that one night. Okay. It's almost like a one night stand.
Well, you do act like a
old man,
a old man, bro.
No, I'm not, bro. I'm not. Listen,
but I get what you're saying, and to your point, I do agree, like with your points and angles. But then when it comes down to these particular women, mm-hmm. it's not detrimental, but it's harmful for our relationship.
Oh, it is.
And to choose her, it comes with a cost. You get what I'm saying? Because if you're going to the club night after night, like girls can get free drinks, but guys cannot. You know what I'm saying? Unless they plugged in. Mm-hmm. And how many of those guys are plugged in like that? Not that many, right? So it comes with the cost. Financially, mm-hmm. like I say, mentally, and then the order of their life is different. You get what I'm saying? You're probably getting up early in the morning to go to work. Definitely. While she's just trying to recover. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? So there's a lot that comes with that. Now, also too, mm-hmm. The reason for bringing this up was because I noticed as I was getting older in life, there are several groups of women. There are groups of women that I believe started to navigate to different careers in life. And I saw that with the career woman, mm-hmm. right? And then the turn up girl, they'll begin to intertwine, but there's no future far as building. So the turn up girl is drinking, smoking, doing all that stuff, getting lit, all that stuff. But then you have the career girl. She's not even trying to have a relationship as well. So it starts to be more hard to date, hard to even find a woman. Social media, is really it hurts the dating scene. Definitely. But it's still the individual. Like they are not mentally stable. or they don't have the mental capacity to understand that, let's say, family is important. Building something with someone is important. They'll just rather get their career, right? And let's say just go have drinks with their girls, and they're satisfied with that.
They don't.
I'm saying not everyone.
That's
everyone.
That even for the woman that's quote unquote satisfied with it, that's a temporary feel. Because at the end of the night, she go home, like her friends, and they go home. Yeah, they have fun with her, but then they go home to their dude,
right? And
then she go home like, nah, I got all this, but I ain't got nobody to share it with, or have fun with. So,
right?
Yeah, it's a temporary thing when that happens. They not happy with it. It's just you see them. Okay, she out. She got a career. Life's on track for the most part. But then, for most people, not all, because we got women and males now. But we speaking about women that don't want kids, don't even want a family, just want a dude, nothing else. So
companionship,
yeah, companionship. That's a funny situation, but they happy when you see them out, but when they go home, man, they be. I need some, I want to feel a man's touch. I want this, I want that.
Right. So then they start substituting the man with dolls.
Oh yeah,
animals.
I've been down there.
Right. And then, or they're rather, like I say, hang out with their friends, cousins, whomever on a day-to-day basis. But the reason for bringing that up too was because I started looking at the career woman.
Okay.
And I say that the career women are, let's say, they get into these careers and then they start to take on masculine traits. So now a man is faced with women that do not know how to be feminine. They don't know how to walk in the energy they was created to be in, right? So they're like, I call it, well, I won't call it this, but I look at it like this. You have your COs, your nurses, because you don't have doctors.
What you mean you don't have
doctors, girls that are
female
doctors. They are out there, but not like nurses.
Not definitely.
Right? You have your bus drivers, right? So your county workers, that's who I'll call them.
School employees, county workers.
Yeah. And then what happens is, to me, they start to sleep with their co-workers. So they'll start to be satisfied at the job because of the time well spent, right? So then let's say they're sharing this one guy, you get what I'm saying, or this one guy at the job. Now me being out here trying to look for something good, looking, trying to find someone, I can't, because now I have to worry about the fact that this girl may be sleeping with the doctor.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? The nurse sleeping with the doctor, right? Coworker, right? You have to worry about, these are like the CEO sleeping with the inmates as well as this other male officers. You get what I'm saying? Police officers as well. That's one field that we don't think about, but like I work close with them, and then I found out like they be smashing each other.
No,
you feel me? Man, you get what I'm saying? Like they be going ham with each other.
Oh, trust me, I know.
Anytime that you see male and female working or being together for a long period of time, these thoughts could come. You get what I'm saying? As far as perspective, as far as a man. And so saying all of that that's the options that we have nowadays. We have, yes, we may have the career woman that is financially stable, but she may not have the capacity, the mental capacity to stay true and loyal because of what she has. Because the career woman is all about what she has. You get what I'm saying? I drive this car. I get my nail. You know what I'm saying? Like I live like this. I can travel when I want to travel. You can't function like I function. And also the entrepreneur. These women are entrepreneur. I got my own thing. I do this, that, and the third. But then you lack several traits to make you a qualified or a suitable, let's say, wife. Not to veer off, but these are the options that we do have as men. And I don't think women even understand that, the reason why guys are not choosing, because I think dating is it's no dating no more. It's just what's up.
I had a real quick talking about that dating. Like I mentioned this yesterday on Facebook, and I was like, a girl posted something, whatever, one of my friends, and I was like, yo, we don't take the time no more to know who we dealing with. It's nowadays is we rushing into it. It's like no one wants to date. They feel like that's wasting my time.
I agree.
Like you have to get to know who you're gonna be getting in bed with, as they say. Because if you don't, then you gonna in the long haul. You gonna see all of the horrible stuff of that person come out, and you gonna be like, oh, where was this at? Like, no, it was there.
You didn't pay attention to the red.
Not
flags.
even the red flag. You didn't take the time to see it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We like our generation, the generation after us became. It was the start of the I call it the microwave generation. Is everything now
instant? We
need everything instant. You can't rush a relationship. And we could talk about marriages too, but everything wants to be rushed. Everybody wants to rush into it, and that's a big problem. Rushing into stuff, you don't know who you're dealing with, man.
Right. So you even bringing up history of an individual, right? So I had wrote down damaged goods. Okay. Right. These are some of the options that we have with the particular group of women as well. Damaged good, baby daddy issues, domestic violent past, no accountability, and I put judgmental. Like a lot of women don't like to be judged, but they are always judgmental when it comes down to guys. You get what I'm saying? And then they don't understand when they bring baggage along as well. And I'm not talking about the baggage that we do know to look for, right? Like the baby daddy. You get what I'm saying? Like men are asking, how's y'all relationship? Is it good, bad? Is he gonna pop up? Is he gonna shoot me? Is he gonna, flatten my tires? Because guys be on that stupid stuff for whatever
flatten
reason.
My tires though?
Yeah, man.
Like, that's some
girl stuff.
That's some female stuff,
right?
Man.
But they doing stuff like that. You get what I'm saying? Trying to fight you in the spot because you messing with the
baby mama,
right? Yeah. And I thought y'all been moved on. You don't know how to get past, certain situations. Domestic past, where you have to deal with a woman that has this roller coaster of a ride. Even her being like molested or raped when she was younger, you have to deal with a lot of her issues. As though she cannot mature to get over it and to move on, because other people has been molested, raped, and they have gotten over it. They have moved past it. I'm not gonna say got over it, but they have moved past it. They start to live their life and understand that was in the past. And I know that's sensitive, but I know that's just the way the world works. Everybody is not they coddle women. But for men, just get your butt up and keep going. You get what I'm saying? So, and I know it's a little double standard with that, but that's what we have. Like these are what we, like you said, with the smoking, popping pills and drinking, excessive drink. I think nowadays we have more women drinking.
The men.
In comparison to back then, women was probably smoking here and there. You get what I'm saying? And if I was to really look at it, I only can count on one hand how many girls I knew that actually did do it back then, Mm-hmm. Now, I don't have no fingers and toes. You get what I'm saying? To count. Because basically all of them are doing it.
Yeah.
And then the mental capacity that they are in, like the mental state. And I know I brought up the judgmental, but they judge us. Head, toes, head, shoulders, knees, and toes. What you got, what you don't got. You don't got this, you don't got that. Do you even have it?
No.
Right. So considering dating is really hard to even consider it because of the
options we got.
Right.
I mean, these options are, I'm gonna say this, pick your poison. So you gotta choose the good through the bad, right? I mean, with the bad as well, right? I was talking to a big bro. His name is Alonzo.
Okay.
Older cat I know through my sister. He's a marriage counselor. He told me, bro, And he's having a conversation. He's a pastor. He ministers, all that stuff. So he's out of Tallahassee, Florida. By the way, he told me, bro, you got to find a girl that has most of the things you're looking for, because we're all not perfect. Remember that.
I agree.
So you got to find that girl that has most of the qualities that you're looking for, and see if you could deal with whatever flaw or flaws she may have.
Right.
And that's your best way of finding somebody for you with these dating options. Because like we say, the first girl we talked about was the Homebody. It's cool, but most homebodies are stick in the muds. Not saying they can't have fun, but for the most part, they just to themselves, and it ain't too much fun.
They call it socially awkward.
Socially awkward. There you go. Then you got the girl in between that's she likes to be home, but also out and about, that's cool. Let's say that, out and about. Right. Hanging out, enjoying life, but also can be home at the same time.
Mm-hmm. Don't mind being home, but and that's the type of chick. I think that's the dopest chick you can find, right? I agree. The middle, the good balance. Then you got the lit it girl, because she's lit and she wants to be the it girl. Right. That's always out in the club, hanging out, partying. You got guys that live. Now, I'm gonna say this. Just because I don't prefer a woman that's a lit girl doesn't mean it's not a guy for her. Because you got guys that are lit, that love to stay lit day after day, night after night. We got to be in the club every night. We got to show off our jewelry, our fly cars, our look. They stunting. He's stunting. Mm-hmm. It's nothing wrong with that. Mm-hmm. But for you gotta to hold that bracket, like to find somebody in that category for a woman, that's hard, because you got dudes that party, but a lot of guys don't want. See, a guy may party like that, but he don't want a woman like that most part. That's the funny thing I've seen. I'm like, how do you enjoy, you like that type of stuff, but then when it comes to picking a mate, oh man, I don't like that. She out too much. No, but this is what you like to see. This is the type of women you like to see out and about. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So, just find somebody for you with these options. But usually they may, with them not liking that particular woman, mm-hmm. they do usually find the opposite. Like the good girls like the bad guys. Uh-huh. That statement starts to flow along in many different facets, right? So you may have the guy that's lit, but his girl ain't out there really like that. She comes once or twice, maybe a year, uh-huh. right? And then after that, she just basically so those guys do find the opposite of what they really are, because mm-hmm. some guys, they really be slotting, out here. So now for me, it's the same thing. I want balance. Mm-hmm. I would love to have a girl that's well balanced in all areas, right? So you got your mental, physical, emotional. Hopefully I said spiritual.
Nah, you did.
So spiritual and financial as well, mental, mm-hmm. emotional. So I want to make sure that she's balanced in every area, understanding that some areas may not be 75%. You get what I'm saying? Right. Like you said, no one is perfect, but then we can come together and be perfect. Right.
Yeah. You can help balance out.
Also too, nowadays we have women that are users, mm-hmm. right? So you have to, you really have to skim through a lot of. So I'm gonna say it like this. You know how you meet a girl. I would say don't take her on no expensive date. Take her to go get some coffee.
I was saying that in my head. But see, that's the problem. When you try to take her to go get coffee, the first thing they're gonna tell you, you think I want to go on a date with coffee? Just to get coffee? Like I've heard that plenty of times.
I agree.
Our first date is going to get coffee. Like, what's wrong with that? But like you say, you got them users where you got chicks literally just on a date just to get something to eat. Yeah. And I find that to be the funny, like that's some crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? How can you just
they be hungry, bro.
Well, you that hungry that you just go, I needed to find me a date to go eat.
Right. I remember I met a girl and I didn't know this until we went out one time, and we went because we hung out late. So we ended up going to a late spot and she ordered a steak. And I was like, a steak. Yeah, I haven't had one of these and God knows where. I was like, oh, you hungry. That's what that was. And then some women I had taken out before, they hadn't eaten. So they would, be cute on the date. But then once they get home, they mess that food up, bro. they have a to-go plate. Yeah. And they can't wait till all the whole date, all they thinking about is the food they go get to. So that's what I say, you have users. Yeah. Where you have to select from in the options of women that are out there, as well as the mental state. Some of these women are out here, they are literally, I don't want to say retarded, but they are slow. Mentally incapable. Like, they got some of the basic things under control and know how to operate doing basic things.
Simple thing.
But when it comes down to thinking, like, to solve an issue and solve problems, they don't have it.
It depends. Listen. It depends on, because I'm with you. For the most part, most women don't have the intellect to solve problems. But I think that part of that is, a male's gonna solve most of the problems.
Facts. He gonna fix it, right? He's supposed to fix it.
The man's gonna solve most of the problems.
Boy, you just struck up something.
Go.
Then the daddy girl. The daddy's girls, right? So I call it the princess. The princess. What is it? The princess. Whatever it is, but it's the
princess.
Being a princess, right? The princess syndrome. Okay. That's what I call it. Mm-hmm. So the princess syndrome, they feel entitled. Mm-hmm. Like, you supposed to fix it. You supposed to. In the land where women supposed to be more independent, we have more dependent women. Even though they want to be dependent, don't know how it happens. That's why I say the mental capacity or their mental state isn't like potent. You get what I'm saying? So it's hard to believe. Like, you can look at a woman and believe she got herself together, and then as you begin to have, that's why women don't like to talk. But as you have conversations with them and you find out their past, you see why the dude did exactly what he did. Because she overlooked the three signs he showed her from the get-go, and now she's stuck in that situation. Now you got to help her out of that situation and move on to the next best thing, or help her out with her credit. You get what I'm saying? Like, all of this stuff is the options that we have to deal with now, when it comes down to women. And I don't think guys talk about it in, let's say, they don't talk about it out in the world. We more like keep it private, bro. Like, I'd rather talk to you about what's going on out here with these girls instead of letting girls know what be going out here with these women, with these girls. Mm-hmm. So what you got to say?
Why is that? Why do you feel more comfortable talking? Well, can I say this? You feel more comfortable because I can relate to you?
You can relate, but it's not that. Okay. It's the fact that if I talk to a female, she's not going to listen to change. She's going to listen to retaliate.
Oh, no, yeah. No, they listening to, like you say, they ain't listening to resolve something. They like, all they going to hear when you talk to a woman about themselves, and you may be just giving her some advice. Mm-hmm. She not going to listen to the good in that. Mm-mm. It's going to be us in her mind, for most women, not all women, because for one, they can't take constructive criticism, right? So if she gonna hear whatever you say, oh yeah, you talk, you down.
They take
me.
No accountability.
Yeah, you down in me. You talking bad about me. No, I'm not. I'm just simply saying, hey, all right. Let me give you this story. I had it's this girl. I used to always tell her, I say, hey, I think something wrong with your hearing. Something as simple as that. This is listen.
That's wow.
I kid you not. For years, I told this person, "Hey, I think something's wrong with your hearing." Oh, ain't nothing wrong with my hearing. I'm like, it gotta be. I'm gonna tell you why. Every time I try to talk to you, and it's like, like I'm next to you, like how we are. next to each other, right? If I'm next to you and I'm talking, there's no other sound in the car. You can't hear me. And I'm not like,
whispering.
I'm not whispering. You should be able to hear me. So for the whole time, every time I mentioned this person would get upset. She would get like, you would think I was calling her dumb or oh, you would think I'd be calling her type of names and all this. No, I'm simply saying, hey, I think something's wrong with your hearing. I like, can you hear? Like is something wrong with your hearing? Like I was saying, I used to tell her for years. When I mean years, not 1, 2, good 4, almost 5 years went by. Me telling this person, hey man, I think something wrong with your hearing. So finally, I said, man, I think you need to go get it checked. And that's how I used to tell him. It's about me. I'm not, this person took it as me trying to attack them. When I'm simply saying, hey, I think you need to get that checked out. You know, health, we say health as well. So this person finally goes to an ear specialist. Guess what the doctor tells them?
They're only partially hearing in one ear.
Yeah. So for years, what I've been saying was not saying I'm a doctor, but it's true
can see
to
the
it.
sign.
It's true to it. You
Right.
can't hear me because I'm literally next to you, and it feels like I have to scream for you to hear me. And then, like most time when I used to say, they'd be like, "Huh? Oh, I was zoned out." No, you're not zoned out because you're not thinking about nothing. I could tell when you're not.
You
just couldn't hear me.
Exactly.
So construction criticism, most women can't take. So with that, man.
I remember one time I told the person asked, "Tell me the truth."
Oh, they don't want that.
Right. Tell me the
that.
truth. How do you see me? And then telling the person the truth was like it was going to be harsh. Are you? And I asked, are you sure you want the truth? Yes, because I'm working on self and I need to evaluate myself. And then it got to the point where the person had to ask a person on the outside
looking in.
Right. To evaluate them and ask a particular question. So the question was asked and she didn't like the answer. That's what I'm saying as far as the mental capacity, far as the mental delusion that women have overall. You get what I'm saying? Like they're mentally like fogged out. You get what I'm saying? Like they really don't want to get off their high horse. That princess syndrome. They are used to the dad telling them, "You're right. I love you. I open the jar for you. I open the door for you. Don't worry about this. You know, I'll take care of it." And they not understanding that they're supposed to be an adult.
Yeah.
Right. And then they don't like the fact that men are holding them accountable for their actions. So if you out here being in the streets and the guy say, "I don't want to deal with that," why would you get upset? I remember the time you was years ago, you had talked to this girl on the phone and I was at your crib and you was talking to the girl and then you was like, "Oh, you should talk to my dog." And I was like, and I asked you, I said, "Do she got kids?" You said, "Yeah." I said, "I don't want to holler at her." But you kept pushing the envelope. So we ended up talking, right? And I asked her, I said, "Do you have kids?" She was like, "Yeah." And I said, "Okay, I'm straight. I'm gonna give the phone back to Dex." And she had the hardest time understanding why I didn't want to talk to her. And at the time, I didn't have kids. So I didn't want to be with girls that had kids. But she felt as though that was wrong. And some women feel as though that is wrong. For your mistakes, I should still select you. You get what I'm saying? So you still have beef with your baby daddy and I shall be with you and take care of your beef for you? You should have never laid down with that dude. So handle your situation and vice versa. I go through what I go through. I have to deal with it, but I decided to do it. You know, I decided to lay down and have a baby with a particular person. And now, you know, whatever she does to me, I got to deal with it. And I understand that and I move on from it. You get what I'm saying? But that's just a part of being an adult to me, you know, and not be mentally delusional. You get what I'm saying?
Are they painting this fairy tale?
Yeah, they are.
And I think, castle.
Right. And I think watching the Disney movies as we were growing up, and they were seeing that they can live in this fantasy world, that the knight in the shining armor is coming, and that's not reality. You get what I'm saying? The guy is going to be driving a truck. The guy's going to work for UPS. You get what I'm saying? The guy,
he ain't no king like royal like over people. He's
right.
He's a king in his own right.
Exactly.
Yeah. But they looking for the man. They looking for the king that's a ruler over all people. Huh?
Right.
Okay.
In their own little way. But that's how I believe there's again several different. There's a lot of things we can talk, like a lot of, I don't want to say steps, but there's a lot of different points that we can talk about when it comes down to women and the options that we do have and how it's not looking good out here. And I understand you have to take the good with the bad. You gon', you know what I'm saying? Like you got to pick from whatever cards are dealt, and then from there you got to just work with it. But if I'm working with you and you not it, I know I'm not it. You got to know you not it either, too. And then we work together to get it to where it has to go.
Where we both be it.
Right.
Oh, the shit. Now, man, I had thought of something while you was talking, but it slipped my mind fast.
I told you to cut me off, bro.
Yeah. I know. But you always talk about me cutting you off.
Yeah,
so
you do.
I didn't want to, and I told you I wasn't. But not even when we out here dating, all the options that we do have. Just to go off a little bit, we're only gonna get better as a what I want to say, counterparts, we're partners. And when it comes to relationships, it's only going to get better in the dating world. The dating options in the dating world will only get better once we start, one, taking accountability for ourselves.
Facts.
Two, stop living in the fantasy worlds that we live in with the social media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, because say this is where a lot of women are learning to become women off of social media. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's crazy.
So that's part of the problem. And then three, I'm not a religious person, but I think we need to get back into the good book.
I agree.
I'm gonna be real with you. Like when we was in church, we was a little different. It kind of gave us structure. But
right.
Once we got
Foundation.
we got away from church as an adult,
because we feel entitled. We feel like we know. Okay. We know what it is overall. Not everybody, but people think, well, I got it. I know. You know what I'm saying? And the preacher is not better than who I am. You get what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So start to formulate in the brain.
Well, let me not say get back into. Let's get back into finding and having a relationship with God. Let me say it. Let me put it that way.
I agree.
Let me put it that way.
I agree.
Cause
that's through the church.
Yeah, but like for me, going to church it ain't a hard thing. I could do it, but I think I just need to build a better relationship with God.
Okay.
Let me say that. So I think if I could build a relationship with God and find that connection with God, I said I don't have one, but get my strongest, and then that'll lead me into finding the woman for me. But I'm just talking whole as a male or female. We need to get back to finding and having a relationship with God, taking accountability and not living in a fantasy world. We're not people off of Instagram. We're not we let Instagram tell us who we are as a person.
Dictate who we are.
I'm not Instagram. I got Instagram
followers.
There you go. And see, that's two ways you can look at it.
Right.
You actually got followers, meaning these people watch me. They follow my.
They like.
Move. They like my whatever I got going. But then you got also followers, people that want to be that person.
Exactly.
Like no, be you.
A copycat.
Yeah, be you. But like I said, we letting Facebook, Instagram, help us become the man and woman that we are nowadays, and that's the problem. That's part of the problem. That's part of the dating pool, because like you see these discussions all the time on Facebook, Instagram. Oh, this relationship, somebody get an opinion on a relationship, and this relationship should be like this. No, everybody's relationship is not the same.
Right.
So, you know, you might be that guy that I'm paying all the bills. I might be that guy that's 50-50.
Right.
Oh, what kind of guy are you? What kind of guy are you? You 100% paying bills, or you 50-50? I'm not gonna die. I just want to get you an answer.
Huh?
Are you the 50-50?
You asked me that when we talking about dating options.
No, I just want to get out to ask that. Are you the 50-50 guy, or you the?
See, this is the thing we have to go through when we talk
Just
with
answer the
that
question.
stuff,
Just
right?
answer the question. Don't go over.
I understand. But I'm a 50-50.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? I'm not paying 100 of the bills because I need to save.
See, well, that's what I'm saying. See, now when you talking like that, it takes me further into what I was talking about. You got women that's gonna be like, oh nah, that ain't what I'm living like. But growing up, you know what I'm saying, you partners. Right. So, but they live off of Instagram. Instagram tells them, oh, the guy should pay all the bills and do all this. If you think about it, if a guy pays all the bills, fix everything around the house and everything, and you just taking care of the house, well, like what are you really doing? Yeah, no, don't get me wrong. Taking care of the house is a big thing. It's a job.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I'm saying? Clean it. But you got guys, but then you got women that you still want him to, you want to fix everything. You want to wash dishes. You want to take out the trash.
Yeah.
Look at all the stuff the guy got to do. Women got to do a lot too now. But we still doing that. Like I say, Instagram is part of our problem with the dating options we have because they're learning everything off of Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Instagram, Facebook.
My barber called it the network.
Why he called it network?
Because it's up there in the network.
It's up there. Yeah, but those are our options. You know, it's tough to pick from because people say the dating pool is like you actually in a pool and somebody pissing in it. That's how a lot of people view the dating world right now. It's like it's contaminated. It's tainted because how we are evolving as people. We're living through social media. We're not taking accountability for our actions. We're living in this fantasy world that we've made up for ourselves. So you get out there, find you a wholesome woman if that's for you, or at homebody woman, or you find that woman that got that in between. That's that balance, which is what you really want in life. You always want to find balance in everything, no matter what it is. You want to find balance because it's always gonna be good with the bad. Mm-hmm. And then you got that lit girl. You got that. I'm out here. I'm pill popping, smoking weed, drinking, in the club every other night, just about every night, because that's what they do, boy. Not
just that, but even if we go to the lit girl,
yeah.
Man, there's a girl that's out there that drinks every single day.
Of course, we're human, so.
And I think it has increased over time. It's not even no. You know how they say, socially drinkers, occasional. No, they're drunkards.
They're drunkards.
Listen,
drunkards.
If you have to drink every single day, you have to smoke every single day. You are what they call it? You are addicted to drugs. You are alcoholic. Okay? And I don't know why y'all think this stuff is okay. Like it's fine. It's not. You get what I'm saying? I believe moderation in everything. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? Like if a guy sitting up there watching porn every single day, they call the guy whatever they call him. You know what I'm saying? He's a pervert.
No, it's pervert.
Come on, man.
Pervert don't have to watch porn to be a pervert.
Right, but I'm saying that's what they would say, especially women. You get what I'm saying? Oh, all you want to do is just go in the room and be on your computer. You get what I'm saying? You really want to get away. You feel me? But, if a guy is in the strip clubs every single night, they're gonna have they're gonna have something to say, about him as well. Mm-hmm. But I really believe that it should be stated: you're alcoholic, you're a drug. What I said that you're addicted to drugs. Yeah, you're a pothead, yeah. And that's exactly what it is. I remember even your mom said, "Man, you can see a person suck their life away, just always pulling or smoking." Yeah. You get what I'm saying? So it is one of those, and then if we're not careful, we have to deal with the baggage that comes with that, the whole problems that come with that, Because if you're addicted to drugs, that means something goes lack, because you are always paying, and that could go for anything. My bad. So that could go for anything. That can go for, if you are out here gambling. You get what I'm saying, and spending all your money gambling and wasting the bill money. It's the same thing. And women, do that too. I didn't even know it was like that, but I found out women gamble too. And they'll spend all the bill money. And when I found out a couple of years ago, I was in a la la land.
Who was it that you saw that was gambling like that? Or was it a particular person, or you just found out? Like,
I just found out that women was gambling a lot, and they were spending money.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? They were spending the bill money. And I thought it would be the men that was doing it. But I found out it be the women that doing it too. I didn't know.
No, definitely. They human just like us.
I agree.
But listen.
But nobody highlights the fact that women does it. You get what I'm saying? Nobody really talks about it. Because they talk about how the man is a gambler. And he spends all the money.
It's not as much though. Like, when I gamble. I like to gamble from here now, but I don't do it how I used to. When I first started gambling, you saw a few chicks in there, gamble, rolling dice, stuff like that. Playing poker. See, like now, I'm gonna show you like this. When I was growing up watching poker, it wasn't too many women. Period. In the poker world.
All right.
Now, plenty of women play poker and gambling. It comes more prevalent now. It's out there.
I want to say this since you brought that up.
Go.
Just like the strip clubs. I remember when I was growing up, it wasn't no girls in there except like the strippers. Now, for girls to go out, they'd rather go to the strip club.
Oh no, not even just the strip club. See, you know what throws me? I would have think, okay, if you're a female, you go to a strip club, you think it'll be dudes dancing, but it's not. They don't want to see. They want to see another woman.
Because they walking in that masculine energy. So this is what I'm talking about when it comes down to dating options. Well, you don't know what you getting nowadays when it comes down to these women. You get what I'm saying? You just don't know. And that I would encourage the guys to be careful, stand on your own too. You feel me? And stick with it. If she ain't bringing what she needs to bring to the table, dismiss.
Get up out of there.
Yeah. You get what I'm saying? And then move on to the next thing that can bring you to the level that you want to be on. Now, we understand sometimes we waddle in, we stay stuck for a season, but we need to wake up and move on and do what we have to do. And we have to get ourselves together first and then choose what can be chose the right way. You got anything else you want to say, bro?
You know what? It's probably one of the first times we had a conversation when we ain't at each other's throat when you ain't cuss me out. So I want to say thank you for dealing with me.
Cuss you out?
No, you what I mean by cussing out. You know what I mean. We always we so alike that we bump heads.
Yeah,
and
no doubt.
To have this conversation, and this is probably
our first.
Yeah,
and yesterday too.
Yesterday, what was yesterday?
When we went to
we still kind of bumped.
We did.
Yeah, we did.
See, it's so common. I ain't even realize.
I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna tell you. We bumped twice that day. Yesterday, it was through text message.
True.
Cause she's like, oh yeah, man, what you want to do? We bumped heads on that. Then we bumped inside because you went back to you know what the hell you want to do, this and that. But this is, I just want to say,
stop acting like I be cussing, bro.
Not cussing, but what I mean cursing is fussing me out. That's what I mean by cursing.
Okay.
This is the first time, and how long have I known you, bro?
My whole life.
There you go. And this is the first time that we have not gone at each other. And I just want to say thank you for that. To be honest with you, also want to say thank you for having me on the show, bro. Well, thank you and Terica.
Yeah.
Terica's not here. I don't know where she's at. But I hope she's okay, safe. Nothing wrong with her. Just, hope she's all right. Dangerous the world we live in. Thank y'all for having me on the show. Keep doing your thing.
Appreciate it.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know where you're trying to take this, but take it as far as you can.
Appreciate it.
Take it to the moon and back.
And back.
Oh, and back and back to the moon. You know. So I just say congratulations. I'm proud of you, bro.
Appreciate it.
And keep doing your thing, man.
Okay. So what you got? Final thoughts about the dating options?
Final thoughts about dating options. My final thought is we are FUCKED. It's crazy. I'm being silly. We're not FUCKED. Just find somebody for you, man. I wish everybody the best, man. The world we living in is crazy. So them dating options, just find you. If you want that homebody, find your homebody. If you want that girl that's finding that balance between being at home and being out and about, get that. But if you want the party animal, go find a party animal, man. I wish everybody the best. The men and women. I ain't even gonna see. I hate just talking about men or a men's perspective. I wish men and women the best at finding love.
You know why I stopped doing the speaking far as for women is because I'm not a woman.
Okay.
I'm telling myself, even when I'm doing this, to always speak from a male's perspective if I was a big brother, boyfriend to, the girl. You know what I'm saying? So I would speak at her or towards her in a way that she can understand where I'm coming from.
Okay.
That's why I want other, aces to come on the show to be able to give their perspective when they are on whatever topic we are talking about, but give their perspective towards the female. Look at the options that we have. You get what I'm saying? Like, we only got this, and that. You get what I'm saying? We got your homebodies. We got your middle girls that's between the two, and you got your lit girls. Lit girls, it seems like it's more lit girls and no homebody girls.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? It's not even girls that's in between. They just outside. You get what I'm saying? And then they want to stay outside, but then they want to have a family. So I want us as aces to actually speak our noise, make our noise towards the women so they can hear us. So when they go and say, well, where all the good men are, we're right here, but we're telling you what we want. We don't want you to tell us what we want. We're going to tell you what we want, and either you provide it or you just move on, and vice versa. You should tell us what you want, and we should be able to provide it. And we already know you want traditional with us, and with them, they want more modern. You get what I'm saying? I want to be a modern one. I'm independent. You only independent when the bill doesn't come. That's when you're not independent. When the bill shows up, where all that money going? You get what I'm saying? That's a whole different topic.
It's in the club. It's
they not even throwing it because somebody else is.
I ain't saying throwing it in the club. It's in the club. It's the drinks. It's the party.
They not even buying it. The guys are buying it. And then if anything, they put all their money together. Think about when you were outside and you was popping up in these spots, and let's say your game was to buy a drink and get a number and a name. Maybe not you.
Yeah.
Right? But I'm just saying, overall,
buy some water.
You know what I'm saying? For most guys, it's one of those situations where he has to buy 10 drinks to get one number. You get what I'm saying? And then he's looking for something. He's attracted, and women don't know this, and they don't think about that. And this is what we have to deal with when it comes down to women, and that's why I say I'd rather talk towards them and let them know what we are thinking. I can't talk from what you should get from the man, because it's simple to me. You get what you're looking for. Right? So us guys, I see you're bad, you're pretty, but
what else
you may be a pretty problem.
Oh yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So I'm gonna move on. I move on to the average. I move on to a 5. You get what I'm saying? I
in
move
the looks
to
department,
right? You get what I'm saying?
All the other stuff make it look like a 9 or 10. Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So I ain't always about looks. You
Yeah.
get what I'm saying? And I done got some bad ones. You feel me? But that's neither here or there. Well,
dating
everywhere.
options.
But that's what it is.
That's the dating options we got, huh?
Yeah. So any last words?
Yeah. Let me give you something, man. This is Jewel for you and Terica, man. Y'all keep dropping jewels on everybody and keep doing your thing, man.
All right, appreciate it. So I'm your boy DP.
This is Dex.
And we Geminis Gemz. That's Geminis with the S, Gems with the Z.
With a C. I'm gonna take Terica's spot with a C.
And what we do?
Drop them gems.
We drop them gems. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good one.
Yeah.